Are you serious? Are you serious? The 5 waves of energy. Well, the National Geographic has just confirmed strange waves have rippled around the world. Well, Mike from around the world told us that this waves of energy were coming. And the third wave, he said, would hit November 9th through the 12th. And on November 9th, a wave did hit. It was captured on the different meters that went off the charts. It lasted for 4.5 hours, and it was recorded, and that chart was published by spaceweather.com. Then the next day, November 10th, another wave hit that was recorded by spaceweather.com again. But on November 11th, now National Geographic is saying that a strange wave, instruments have picked up a strange waves rippled around the world and nobody knows why. Are you serious? Is Planet X, which is what Mike from around the world said is the cause of the 5 waves of energy, and was confirmed in my interview last week that I had by John Moore, who said that these waves of energy, that Planet X is going to create sea levels to rise because of a pole shift, okay? So that's what's going to cause it. A pole shift of about 26 degrees. It's coming, and they know it's coming. That's why the underground cities have been built. That's why Langley and Washington, D.C., the capital, is being moved to Denver. Why underground societies are being built. Not societies, actual cities. All right, let me read the National Geographic. Here's what they're saying, all right? On the morning of November 11th, just before 9:30 EUT, a mysterious rumble rolled around the world. The seismic waves began roughly 15 miles off the shores of Mayotte, a French island sandwiched between Africa and the northern tip of Madagascar. The waves buzzed across Africa, ringing sensors in Zambia and Kenya and Ethiopia, and traversed vast oceans, humming across Chile, New Zealand, Canada, and even Hawaii, nearly 11,000 miles away. What? These waves didn't just zip by. They rang for more than 20 minutes. And yet it seems no human felt them. It's because they're waves of energy. Yet it affected the seismic instruments. And that's the same thing that happened with the magnetosphere instruments that spaceweather.com published on that major wave that hit on November 9th, a second wave on November 10th, and now the U.S. Geological Survey seismic waves picked it up on November 11th. Exactly the same period that Mike from around the world said that we would feel the waves. Folks, he's not lying, okay? For 5 years we've been talking to this guy. For 5 years he told us what was going to happen. Increase in straight line winds, increase in volcanism, volcanic eruptions, increase in earthquakes, increase in sinkholes, the bizarre weather patterns, massive typhoons and hurricanes. Only one person noticed this odd signal on the U.S. Geological Survey real-time seismogram displays. An earthquake enthusiast who uses the handle Matriapex saw the curious zigzags and posted images of them to Twitter. That small action kicked off another ripple of sorts as researchers around the world have attempted to sort out the source of the waves. Was it a meteor strike? No. A submarine volcano eruption? No. An ancient sea monster rising from the deep? Leviathan? No. I don't think I've seen anything like it, said a seismologist, Goran Eskerstrom, of the Columbian University, who specializes in unusual earthquakes. It doesn't mean that. In the end, the cause of them is that exotic, he notes. Yet many features of the waves are remarkably weird, from their surprisingly monotone, low-frequency ring to their global spread. And researchers are now still chasing down the geologic conundrum, all right? In a normal earthquake, the buildup tensions of the Earth's crust released with a jolt in mere seconds. This sends out a series of waves known as the wave train. That radiates from the point of the rupture, according to Stephen Hicks, a seismologist at the University of Southampton. But the fastest traveling signals are primary waves, okay, or P waves they're called, which are compressed waves that move in bunches, like what happens to an extended slinky that gets suddenly pushed at one end. And next come the secondary waves, or S waves, which have more of a side-to-side motion. But of these so-called body waves have relatively high frequencies, according to Hicks, a sort of ping rather than a rumbling. So what is it? Well, finally, chugging along at the end, some come slow, long period of surface waves, which are similar to the strange signals that roll out from Mayotte. For intense earthquakes, these surface waves can zip around the planet multiple times, ringing the earth like a bell. However, there is no big earthquake kicking off the recent slow waves, adding to the weirdness of it. It's because it's not an earthquake. It's the 5 waves of energy. And the reason they haven't seen this before is because this is only the 3rd wave of the 5 waves coming from planet X, or Nibiru. It's bringing wormwood, which is a biblical event that's going to happen according to Revelation chapter 8. Folks, you can't get out of this. And now the instruments, now the technology is catching up with the prophecies. Now we're starting to see the prophecies fulfill because we have the technology to capture it. This is unbelievable. However, there's no big earthquake, and that the mystery are what scientists call a monochromatic. Most earthquakes send out waves with a slew of different frequencies. But the Mayotte signal was a clean zigzag dominated by one type of wave that took a steady 17 seconds to repeat. It's like you have a colored glasses and you're just seeing red or something, said one of Anthony Lomax, an independent seismologist consultant. So it's literally freaking these guys out, okay? They can't figure it out. Or do they? And so there's no doubt about this. The magnetosphere captured the wave, a strong wave that lasted 4.5 hours on November 9th. The exact day Mike from around the world said we would be hit. The next day, November 10th, another wave come, a ripple effect. And then the next day, November 11th, this ripple, this wave, unexplainable. No quake, but the seismic meters were going off. Something biblical is going on with the signs of the second coming of Christ. You do not want to miss tonight's live broadcast. Starts at 10 p.m. Eastern, because we're going to cover the blood moon that's coming. We're going to talk about this 5 waves of energy, and also what might have caused the wildfires in California. I'm bringing an expert on to give us the information. Are you serious? Don't miss tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be live. Where? Where's it going to be live? At my backup YouTube channel, which is Paul Begley Prophecy channel. Again, it's my backup YouTube channel. You might want to subscribe to that. It's my backup YouTube channel at Paul Begley Prophecy. Also, I'll be live on new live stream, Roku satellite television, my own website at paulbegleyprophecy.com, my son's website at thecrusaderjournal.com, and Periscope, and the direct radio line, and then it's going to archive in a lot of other social media locations. You'll find it. Don't miss tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern. Are you serious? Where's my coffee? What?